In this video today, we are ranking every champion unit that exists in Riftbound as of now. We're going through set 1, set 2, and set 3. Obviously, some of the set 3 ones we've not even had a proper look at yet. So we're going to be gauging them just based off what the cards look, what we know of Riftbound already, and me just giving a general opinion. I've played a lot of Riftbound. I don't even want to know how many matches I play now. I play a lot of TCG every day. I go to at least one, quite often 2 events a week. Been doing pretty well. I'm not a pro player or anything, but I'd like to think I've got a pretty good knowledge of the game. And obviously, this list is just based on my opinion. So please, in the comments, let me know if you agree with most of my opinions, disagree with some. I'm interested to see your thoughts. Let's make this interactive. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. I'm putting daily Riftbound content, hopefully for your entertainment and to help teach you a few things. So we are starting with Set Brawler. Now, cards shouldn't be ranked purely on their price, but generally, if a card's quite expensive, it normally means it's pretty good. Set Brawler is one of the most expensive cards from Set 1. I'm going to be putting him in A tier. So Set Brawler is 5 might. We'll get them up here when we look, but he's 5 might, no, 4 might, 5 energy, 1 power. Really cool alt art. Basically, he gets buffs and then he can go to he can go to 8 quite regularly. Not when defending though, that's the issue. If you could do it on his defense, I'd have him S tier. For me, S tier is going to be like a game-changing champ that you cannot physically play without them in certain decks. Otherwise, you're massively handicapping yourself. A tier is really good champs that staples of decks. Set's honestly not a mile off S tier. B is like they're pretty good, they'll get into a lot of decks. C is maybe they're very niche, spicy, you might use them every so often. And D is why would you ever use that? Yone for me, B tier. This Yone, the one that can do battle, he goes to an open battlefield to damage someone in base. I think to be higher, he'd need a bit more use. It's Weapon Master. He's a borderline A tier. I think in certain metas and certain ways of playing, he could be A tier. Very good. Master Yi, which one is this? Is it the owned one? Yeah, owned. I enter ready. It's okay. It's just very expensive. I'm probably gonna leave him in B. Nidalee, got her now. Really solid. The fact that she's ambush and she's higher might than her energy, and she's pretty similar to Kai'Sa. I'm putting her in A tier. I think she's really solid. The power does hurt a bit though. Jin, murderous artist. Deflect, ganking, 4 might with his energy. It does cost a power, but then he adds 1 energy and power. I think this genuinely is in the debate for the best champion in the game. So really good card. Poppy, 6 energy, 1 power, quite expensive. However, you may spend 3 XP as an additional cost to play me. If you do, I cost 3 less. So she can cost 3 energy and 1 power. That's really good for a 5 might unit that also has ambush and has tank. So I think she's a very solid unit. I'm going to put her in A tier. I think she's really good. Zillion. Once each turn, if you play a token unit while I'm at a battlefield, you may play that token, an additional copy of it instead. I think this is quite an expensive card. It can't do it on the mirror image, otherwise it might be a bit busted. I'm going to put this into C tier. It's solid, but I just think it's quite expensive, and the decks that tend to run it need to go a bit faster. Gunslinger. Okay. When I attack, deal damage equal to my assault to an enemy unit. Lucians barely run it. I'm going to go C tier. I don't really see even Lucian decks. Cogmore. When I die, get the effect. Deal 4 to all units in my battlefield. It's a pretty useless card. It's just for fun, really. So we're going to put him into D tier. I've never seen a Cogmore used by 1 game with my mates when we were just messing about. Udyr, 6 energy, 1 power, 6 might. Spend my buff. Like Udyr, you got variety in league. You've got variety options. You can get ganking. You can be ready. You can stun a unit. I'm gonna go C tier. I think it's a cool card, but it's just too slow. Vi, this is the double my might this turn 1. The problem with Vi is that she's on defense is always going to be a free energy or free might. Sorry, I'm going to put a B tier. I think that she can be pretty powerful. She could maybe be A tier, but she's a little bit weak and risky at times for the cost of the card. But on attack could be really good. Pike returned, can be hidden. Once each turn, play when an enemy unit dies while on the battlefield, play a gold gear token exhausted. I mean, he can't be hidden doing that. He has to be open. I'm going to put him into CT. I don't think that Pike unit is particularly great. We're looking at Jack's Unmatched. Jack's Unmatched. 5 might matching his energy. Does cost a power, but he has Deflect. He's got quick draw equipment. I think that is a really good card. I'm putting it into S tier. I think it changes the Jack's deck and makes it an absolute nightmare to play against. MF Captain. 5 similar cost to Jack's. She has ganking, she's got accelerate, and the first time move each turn you may ready someone else that's exhausted. Put into S tier. Very, very good card again. Aurelia, the graceful one. Your spells that choose me cost 1 or power less. Really nice, but again, you barely ever see her in Aurelia. The cost of power is a bit expensive. Kaiser Survivor. I'm putting it after Jin, but I think this Kaiser unit's incredible. I've used her lots in different decks. The draw, the accelerate, versatility. She's very solid. The fact she doesn't cost a power either is really nice. Ezreal dashing. Doesn't deal combat damage. Does damage equal to his might. It's just too expensive, and then you have to pay that. I'm going to C tier. He's got some like fun on stuff he can do, but yeah, I don't think there's much benefit in him. What we're looking at, Leona Zealot. If opponent scores within 3 points of the victory, I enter ready. Stunned units have -8. It's decent, the enter ready thing, but it's just so expensive. Fiora. When I attack or defend one-on-one, double my might. Gonna go B tier for that. It's decent, but yeah, the problem with it is purely that it's very situational. Vi Destructive. Now, this is a lot cheaper than the other Vi, and this is the one that when you get her, you can ride the wind, recycle. I'm going to put this Vi into A tier. Really, really good card. The problem with it is, again, is that it's quite low might. It doesn't mean a card's useless or anything, but she's vulnerable on defense. However, she can be a very good win con. Rel. When I attack, you may play an equipment with energy cost no more than 2. Don't really see much use for her. I've never seen her played. We're putting into C tier. Fizz. Fizz is the one where you can play a spell and ignore its energy, but you have to pay its power. I'm going to put Fizz into A. Don't think he's quite S tier, but really solid card in general. Azir Ascendant. Choose unit control. Move me to its location and it to my original. It's okay. I'm putting C. It's just a bit whatever right now. Heimerdinger. Now, this is an interesting one. I have all exhaust abilities of all friendly legends, units, and gear. It's a very interesting one. Now, I'm going to rank this Heimerdinger on A tier, and this is, hear me out here. I'm basing it on what I think this card can become, not what it is right now. If I was basing it now, it'd honestly be C tier, because it just gets no use. But I think its power, or ability even, is very, very good, and long-term could be a very, very good card. Other friendly units have +1 here on Darius. It's a solid card. Taric Protector. Other friendly units have Shield. He's got Tank +1. It's okay. It's just not enough, really. Draven Vanquisher. Some people might put this in S tier. I'm going to put it into A tier. To get much out of it, you do have to pay power every time. It's a very solid card. It's a very good chosen champ, but I don't think it's enough to be S tier. Crown Guard. Lux, the one that adds mana or energy. I'm going to put a B tier. She's just so vulnerable at 2 might. And the fact that she costs, 4 energy. If she came in readied so you could use the thing straight away, maybe it'd go to A tier. But it's quite a cool card. Victorious Fiora. When I'm mighty, I have Deflect, Ganking, and Shield. Really good card. Not hard to get a mighty either. Nocturne. When you look at cards at the top of your deck and don't draw them, you see me, you play me for power. I'm going to put in B tier. When you get Nocturne for basically 1 power, he's a crazy card for that. But he's still only a 4 might unit, and he's not a very useful card to play for 4 energy 4 might. So I don't think it's some broken card, but he can be really good. Rengar. I can be played to a battlefield when there are enemy units here. We're putting him into A tier. He's got more might than his cost, and he's got ambush. And the ambush is really annoying to play against. Twisted Fate, interesting card. Very interesting what his legend is. So you can only use 2 of these. Wait, what? He's purple. I've just noticed that he's purple, and then his 3 abilities are based on colours. Yeah, so I'm very interested to see what Twisted Fate's legend looks like. Obviously, the cards are based on League, red, blue, yellow. I'm going to put him into B tier on the basis of long term. I'm going to assume that unit is going to have some, like, those are all really good things. I'm going to assume long term there's going to be some way of playing that, but for now, it's not very good. When you play a card on an opponent's turn, player 1 recruit, and that's pretty bad. Patrolling. I must be assigned combat damage last. That's basically just the backline, but without the keyword, right? Deal damage equal to my might to unit at battlefield. She's okay, but doesn't really give a juice. Kinku Monkshen. Reaction, that's pretty nice, like his ultimate. Shield +2 when he's a defender. Tank, he must be assigned combat damage first. Pretty good card, honestly, a bit underrated. Leona Determined. This card looks interesting, by the way. When I attack, stun an enemy unit here. Really good card. I think that really is good. It's just there's not much synergy right now in the game for him. I think it's pretty cool. One of the most unique cards now, Echo. Not cheap. That's part of the problem. But when he dies, you get to recycle and ready your runes. I'm going to put in B. I mean, it's a very cool, powerful ability, but he is quite expensive for what he does. Annie, where is she? We'll just put Stubborn in. When you play me, return a spell from your trash. I'm going to put her in B tier. She's got low might, she costs a power, but it's quite a powerful ability to be able to just bring back any spell. However, your opponent does get to see the spell, so they at least have the knowledge of playing around that. Diana, no longer human. When you play a spell, give me +2 this turn. I'm going to put her A tier. She looks really good, especially in Aurelia. If she didn't have the power cost, I'd put her S tier. But she's lower might than her power, and she will come out vulnerable when you use her. And she doesn't have Accelerate. So, very good card, but there are a few issues there to be S tier. Kiana, when I conquer, draw 1 or channel 1 rune exhausted, plus she has Deflect, I put her in A tier. Very, very good card. I really like her. Garen, rugged. Assault 2, Shield 2, but yeah, it's pretty expensive card. Odd. Bless me. Blacksmith. When you play me or when I hold, look at the top 4 cards. You may reveal a gear from among them, draw it, then recycle the rest. C tier, pretty bad. Why do you ever use it? I'm going to put him D tier. When would you ever use that, really? Meticulous Killer. If you spent 4 or more to play a spell this turn, you may play me for power. I'm going to put this A tier. Now, my logic over him being 8 instead of Nocturne is that this Djinn is a lot easier to consistently play. You're going to be playing guaranteed 4-cost spells. Nocturne, quite often you're going to have to pay the full cost for him. Rek'Sai Breacher, 3/3 with Accelerate Soul. All friendly units have Accelerate. I'm going to put that A tier, I think it's great. Unseen, Accelerate, 2 Assault, Deflect, Ganking. I'm putting that card S tier. I know that is a crazy card. It has got 4 very, very good keywords. I'm glad it doesn't have Ambush. If it had Ambush with Assault 2, that'd be insane. Tryndamere. When I conquer after an attack, if you assign 5 or more excess points to an enemy unit, you score 1 point. I do wonder, if there's things to ready units in red now. If you played him, I think there is potential, that could be a decent card. I'm going to put in B tier. Anything where you can score an extra point. He's so expensive, but now we're starting to get more cards. There's like that 2-cost repeat. Red card now where you can ready a unit, you could put some gear on him straight away when he comes in. I think it's potentially very, very good. Soraka, I must be assigned combat damage last. If another unit you control here would die, it has less might. If it has less might, the means I'd heal it. And this is a pretty rubbish card. Yasuo Remorseful. This is the one that does damage equal to an enemy. I'm putting in B tier. I just think he's too expensive. Maybe if he was 1 power, I'd put him into A. Everywhere at once, LeBlanc. Your temporary effects of my battlefield don't trigger. Putting this into S tier. It being a 4 my unit is pretty nice. Makes it far less vulnerable than the 3 ones. And its ability's crazy. Nyla, when I move, gain 1 XP, ganking, accelerate. Now, she's really good. And she's more might than the energy. But to get the, accelerate, you're going to have to pay 4 energy and 2 power for a 4 might unit. I just think it's too expensive, so I'm putting a B. I think she's decent, but I just think she costs too much to be a staple in decks. Ambush on this Vi. When I attack, stun an enemy unit here. That's pretty good, to be honest, because you get in, you can play her and instantly stun a unit. It's just quite expensive. I'm going to put a B, a 5/5 unit with stun. Let's see. This one's really good, the one where you can move all your tokens in one go. Janna, basically fight or flight with heal. Going to put into B. Scrapper Rumble. Yomex have 1. I think if this was a no power or 4, I'd put it better. I'm going to put it into B or C. I don't think it's that great. Yumi. When I attack or defend, give one of your other units here +3 and tank. Honestly, I think that's a useless card. I don't think anyone will be using that. When you play a spell that costs 5 or more, give me +3 this turn. D tier for that. Getting all the bad ones now. This Yi, while you have 8+ runes, I have 4+4. D, if you're having to get to that, it's not good generally. Kha'Zix. Evolving Hunter, when I attack, you may spend 3 XP to deal damage equal to my might to an enemy unit here. I'm going to put him similar to this Yasuo, so you have to spend the XP. However, he costs 1 less power, which is quite big. Kane, if I've moved twice this turn, I don't take damage. It's one of these that if you can get a way of readying him and gank across, pretty decent. But I just think he's too expensive to be really good. Anifari, your spells and abilities deal 1 bonus damage, basically like a Void Gate. She never gets used, she's too expensive. C tier. Strategist Teemo. The one where you deal damage, blah blah blah. Not that great. Draven Audacious. This is the one where the first time you win a combat, you get to score a point, but it is risky. I'm going to put him into A tier. Purple has ways of forcing. He's using a rally where you can use charms, ride the winds. He's a good alternate win con, so I do like that card, but it is a bit risky. If the opponent couldn't score points well, he'd be S tier. Lee Sin can have any number of buffs. It's okay, not amazing. Ivern, when you play me or when I hold, look at the top 3 cards of your main deck. You can, draw a card if it's a unit, then buff for a unit. I think he's okay, but not amazing. Swarm Queen. When I attack, you may reveal the top 2 cards of your main deck. You may play one, then recycle the rest. I think it's okay, but not amazing. Main Hunter. Pretty solid. People subbed her in for Kai'Sa. She gets +3 assault, but she's very weak on defense. Fiora Worthy, gonna put her in at A tier. Really good, but a bit vulnerable in the backline. She can change those decks though how they're played. Sona, the one where at a battlefield readies 4 runes. Really, really good card in the right situation. I think once we move to more hold metas, should be really good. This Yi, I think S tier. I think it makes the new Yi deck very good. The fact when he gets to level 6, he gets deflect, ganking, and in the deck that you're going to run him in, he's going to be 5 might. That is a crazy card, and it's really not very hard to get him. And he's a very good chosen champ, so really, really good card for what he costs. Karma Channeler. When you cycle one or more cards, buff a friendly unit. I mean, so expensive as well. I'm just putting D tier. I don't know why anyone would use that. Timo Scout. When you play me, give me +3 this turn. Good solid card. Malzahar. Kill a friendly unit or gear. Add double power. See, this could he doesn't get used, but you could kill a gold and then get 2 power instead. So you could effectively turn your gold into 2, double it. I think that's pretty good. But he's a bit weak with the free might. Horror Kazeeks. When I attack or defend with an enemy units alone here, give me +2. Situational, so I'm going to put him to B. Lucian. This is the Weapon Master 1 Conquer. I'm going to put him into high A. I think he's very good. Rebel. When you discard one or more cards, ready me, give me +1 this turn. It's okay in the Jinx deck, but not great in general. Demolitionist. Accelerate. Assault 2. You have to discard 2. I'm putting it in C tier. It's got some use, obviously, in Jinx, but meh. Jace. When you play me, kill a friendly gear. I'm putting him into A tier. I think this card's only going to get better as well. Mastermind. Use my abilities only while I'm at a battlefield. You can draw one. You can score a point. I think she's just too slow and too expensive. Lilia. We only have one of Lilia's units so far. When you play a token unit, give me +1. Your token units have tank. She's alright in that type of matchup. Nivea. When I attack, deal 3 to all enemy units here. I'm going to put her in B. I think she's really powerful, especially in Aurora, but she's just too hard to get out. This Volibear. Cool card, but unless you get him in Aurora, you're just never getting any use out of him. Ezreal Prodigy has to be S tier, really. This optional additional cost you may pay 1 or power less. Discard 1, draw 2. He's just he's definitely one of the best units in the game. Another Garen. Other friendly units here, +1. It's okay. Probably C tier, to be honest. Darius Trifarian. When you play the second card of the turn, give me +2 and ready me. I'm putting this Darius into S tier. I think he's an amazing card. I don't really get why people don't use it more. Mundo, super expensive, but a really good finisher. Put him into B. Furious Volibear. I will zoom in on these afterwards and make it a bit easier to see them, by the way. When I attack, deal 5 damage, split among a number of enemy units here. See, just too hard to get going. Blitzy. Honestly, I think this is more a troll unit. When you play to a battlefield, you may move an enemy unit here. The problem is, you have to return him to your hand, so I just think it's just too expensive. Sivir Ambitious. Deflect 2. When I conquer after attack, if you assign 5 or more excess damage to an enemy unit, you may deal that much to an enemy unit. I think she's good. I just think she's quite expensive. That stops going higher. Victor Leader. When another non-recruit unit you control dies, play 1 unit recruit, blah, blah, blah. Very good. Put him in A tier. Got this new Pike. Dockside Butcher. You can ready him. He's got ganking. You can play for hitting, get +2. I'm going to put him into A tier. I think that's definitely the Pike unit you want. So many units, man. Mercenary. Accelerate. If you spent at least 2 power this turn, you have +2 in ganking. I think it's a pretty solid unit for Sivir. Rengar. This one, it's okay. I think it's just a little bit expensive for what it is to be really good. Buccaneer, MF. You may play me to an open battlefield. Units, blah, blah, blah. Just don't see much use for that. Unstoppable Yi. In the deck that he's playing in, this is going to be a very good card. I'm going to put him A tier. I don't think it's going to be easy to get him to the untargetable stuff, so we'll put him any higher. Inquisitive Array. When I attack or defend, give it over unit -2. I think it's a good card. I think Ari's honestly very, very good. Carthus. I've bought 3 of these. They are like 40p each right now. I would 100% recommend anyone watching this video to buy 3 copies of Carthus. 1 in case you ever want to run him, and 2, this is a card that I cannot see not rising massively in price in the future. Death Knell effects triggering additional time is an amazing ability. I'm putting him into S tier. I think that is a crazy card. Already in set 3 with LeBlanc, we are seeing, in my opinion, the Death Knell stuff. Like, if you get that on Herald, if you can protect him, I think he's a crazy card. Set Kingpin, it's decent. I'm going to put him in B tier. Unrelenting Jax. He's too expensive, but this draw power he gives is pretty good, so I'll put him B. Way. Hard to fully measure this one, but draw one, discard one, and then you can do this. It's pretty good. I'm going to go A tier. I think it's a very cool card. Phelios, kind of similar one, but for gear. I'm going to put Phelios into A tier. Really good card. Hot-headed Rumble. There's 2 hot-headed. Mechs have Assault 1. Going to put it B tier. It's pretty solid. Vex. I've seen Alan ZQ get a lot out of her. While I'm in combat, friendly spells cost 1 less. Powerless. I'm going to put it into A tier. I think this Vex is amazing in the right situations, but you can play around her. And if it was all just in general, spells cost that fine. But the fact it's in combat, you can play around that. Focused Ash. Quite expensive, but do get hand knowledge. I'm going to put it into B tier. Xin Zhao. I'm going to put this into A tier. The fact he can ready, he works really well in Victor decks and more might than he costs. Centered Lee Sin. Other buff friendly units have +2. He's got Accelerate. I'm putting him into A tier. I think it's a good card. Bard. I think this is an okay card, but a bit expensive for what it does. We're going to C tier. Poppy. Deflect. You can enter already. Put in a B tier. I think her units are okay. Zerath, quite a cool card. Deal free to a unit. 1 power and exhaust him. Use this ability only while at battlefield. I'm going to put him C tier. I just think the fact it has to be at battlefield's an issue. Wind Rider Yasuo. The 3rd time I move in a turn, you score 1 point. We're putting him B tier. The problem is he's got less might than his energy. And win conditions with where you can just score a point off champ are great. But the problem is it's not always that easy to do that. You've got an opponent trying to stop you. Akshan, you may pay 2 orange to play me, and then you can steal a weapon. I'm putting in B tier. If it was 1 orange, it'd be high A tier, border in S, but the power cost is very expensive. Forge Godorn, 2 deflect, weapon master +1 friendly gear. We're putting him A tier. It's a very, very good card. Without this, the Orn deck just wouldn't work, obviously, but he is expensive. Is that Diana Lunari, I think? When a showdown begins, you may pay 1. If you do, predict, then reveal the top card. It's effectively draw power for Diana, and Diana gets +1 in showdowns with a legend. So we're putting it into A tier. With her deck synergy, it's very good. Ali Alluring, when I hold, you score 1 point. Low B tier, again, one of these where you win a point, but it's just a bit expensive. Galio, deflect and tank. I'm putting this high A tier. I think in some of the hold decks like Poppy, this is going to be an amazing card. Very good early game with deflect and the might. It's going to be very hard to get rid of him early on in a game, and he can get you a lot of points. Kaiser Evolutionary. When I conquer, you may play a spell from your trash of energy cost less than your points. I'm putting this into A tier. I don't think right now it's an insane card, but I think it's going to get better and better as more decks and sets come out. Warwick, putting him into B tier. He's very niche. That Forgotten Monument, though, is pretty good on him. And last but not least, Aurelia Fervent. When you choose already me, give me +1 this turn. I'm putting her as the best unit in the game. Didn't mean it to work like that, but we said the best till last. So we're going to have a look through. The D tier ones, I just don't see why you'd really ever use these. C tier, some niche uses and some interesting stuff in there. B tier, we're starting to look at cards that you see fairly regularly, or if you don't, they've got very good use when you do. A tier, these are like going to be key cards in their decks that you see quite regularly, and some just very powerful ones. And then S tier, these are all just really powerful cards that you're going to see constantly in certain decks. You obviously do not see Karthus yet, but he's there on the basis that long term, I think he's going to be top tier. As always, I appreciate you all tuning in. Keep it spicy. I hope to see you all in the next video. Peace.